What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new episode. Coach Joe here with Heartletics.com. And today, this is going to be a good one. We're going to be talking all about how men are not born, how we're actually built. And it's through the toughness, right, of what defines us that really helps us become a better man. So, I'm going to be giving you guys 3 tips in today's episode on how to become a better man. Now, I do want to say this also, okay? Stay tuned till tomorrow's episode, right? Stay all the way till today's episode, right? To listen about tomorrow's episode because they're going to kind of go hand in hand. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about affirmations, okay? And the reason why I'm giving you guys the premise of why we're talking about tomorrow's episode today is because I know with a lot of guys, it's very hard for them, okay? To say things on how it feels like maybe to cheer themselves up, right? Maybe to encourage themselves, maybe to tell themselves that they love them, right? It can be very difficult for a man to do that. Trust me, I was like that, okay? And in one of our coaching calls that we did recently, one of our members asked and he kind of said like, hey, it kind of makes them feel uncomfortable, right? And so I'm going to give you guys very easy habits on how to make that a little bit more comfortable. And I'll give you guys the little, tidbit right now. And it's simply this. If let's say your kids got a good grade in school, or let's say they hit the game winning shot, wouldn't you say congratulations, right? Wouldn't you say how proud you are of them? Wouldn't you say how you love them? Well, if you hit the game winning shot, if you got a promotion at work, are you proud of yourself? Have you actually told yourself that you're proud of yourself? Right? Have you ever told yourself that you actually loved yourself? So you can see in here that it doesn't necessarily need to be and sound all woo woo and whatever, right? All left field. Affirmations could be just having a different outlook on it as far as, hey, I'm just going to congratulate myself. I'm proud of myself. I love myself. Like I just was able to accomplish this. Why would I not say that? I would say it to my spouse. I would say it to my kids. I would say it to my coworker, right? Why would I not say it to myself, right? So that's what I'm saying. Make sure that you guys stay tuned to all the way also because we're going to be kind of tying in today's episode with tomorrow, and tomorrow is going to be a really good one. So with that being said, let's dive into 3 tips on how to become a better man. They say that boys are born, men are made. And I feel like there's so much truth to that, right? We go through these experiences in life where, as men, we're taught, right? And we're taught to learn and everything like this. And everybody has a different definition, right, of what it's like to be a man, okay? Google, for example, said, quote unquote, an adult male being, right? Another definition talked about like the Y and the X chromosomes and all that stuff. And I said, okay, I guess we need to put a little Coach Joe twist on it, So my definition of what it means to become a better man, or what it means to be a man actually, is putting yourself first. Plain and simple. Putting yourself first. And I know that's going to sound very left field, and you might be like, man, that sounds selfish. That sounds prideful. That sounds like there's a big ego. But hear me out. So I did some information, right? Or some research, I should say, right? I had some, time thinking about today's episode, and I really want this to hit home with guys because I feel like we all need to do a better job at becoming better men in life. Hands down, right? Myself included. Each and every day, it's a mission to become a better man. So I wanted to know, all right, let's take this all the way back to when, just like who rules the world, right? And I always think about like, the beast of the jungle, right? I got a tattoo on me, right, of a lion, right? Behind my shoulder, behind my tricep. I'm a Leo. My birthday's in August. And I love lions, okay? It's the king of the jungle, right? Who hasn't seen Lion King also, by the way, right? The greatest movie, hands down. So I'm doing more in like research and information about lions, and I'm just having fun with it, right? I got some nice music going on yesterday. Like it was a nice, solid workflow, right? I got all my, priorities taken care of, my non-negotiables. So I'm doing research on lions, okay? And I actually found this out. Now, if you understand this or knew this before, then this is going to make a lot of sense. But in case you didn't know this, I for sure didn't know this, the lion's main job, okay, quote unquote, is to protect their territory. Let me repeat that. The lion, the king of the jungle, right? Its main job is to protect the territory. Okay. So in terms of the animal kingdom, right, the territory might be that area of land. And what's inside that area of land, maybe that's, the food, the shelter, obviously the other, female lions, the little cubs, right? All these different things, right, with inside of the territory. Okay? We're going to play 2 and 2 back here in a second. It's going to make a lot of sense, trust me. So, with that being said, right, their main job is to protect their territory. Well, what is the female's main job? The females are actually in charge of hunting, and I did not know that. So the males, right, the king, right, its job is to protect the land. The females, its job is to hunt. So in playing this, it's obviously, humans, right? Look into terms of you as, protecting the land. So, protecting your family, first and foremost. Maybe that's like paying the bills, right? So that way you have shelter. Maybe that's going to work, right? And with the female lions, right, their job is in charge of the hunting. So in terms of human beings, maybe that's like buying the groceries, right? The females go out and buy the groceries. And if this sounds sexist, by all means, I'm not trying to make it sound that way. I'm just giving some easy, understandable analogies for this one, okay? So in terms of like the females, it might be buying the groceries. It might be like preparing the meals. But now here's the thing, right? The males, and this is going off of what I read, okay? Literally, it says it like this, right? The males, right? The male lions, their job is to protect, right? Protect the territory. The females, their job is to hunt. And then it says males eat first, right? The males, right? They eat first. So I thought to myself, man, how cool is that? But why? Why is it that the males eat first, even though like the female lions are the ones doing the hunting and the killing and whatnot? And why is it that the males eat first? And it's to understand this, that the male, right, the king lion, like its main role, once again, is to protect the territory, which means they have to be strong. They have to be dependable. They have to be selfish. They have to put themselves first. Why? So they can do what they have to do to protect the territory. I really hope that makes sense. So now, when I tell you that, hey, Google says, the definition of a man is an adult male being, right? And Coach Joe's definition of a man is putting yourself first. You can see why it kind of makes sense now. Because if you're the king, if you're the male lion, right, your job is to protect the territory. But that also means your job is to eat first, to make sure that you're strong, dependent, you're selfish, so you can do that. Because if you can't protect the territory, there's nothing else, right? That's when, your enemies, right? They're going to come in, they're going to invade the land, right? No more lions. Because the king lion didn't become selfish and do what he had to do to protect the territory, which is his main responsibility. Let me know if that makes sense. I really hope it does. Facebook, if you're watching this in the group, leave a comment down below. YouTube, if you guys are checking this out, leave a comment down below. Maybe if you guys are hearing this on iTunes or Spotify, send me over a message on Facebook. Send me over a message on Instagram, right? Let me know if this makes sense. I'm once again just trying to share with you guys on these episodes what I'm learning and how to implement it in a way to really just help my clients, honestly, like the guys that sign up for our coaching program at Heartletics, help them become the best version of themselves. And then I'm like, okay, well, my job here on earth, my main role is to change millions of people's lives. So why don't we also publish this information I'm trying to teach and help my clients become the best versions of them mentally and physically, help you guys as well. So I'm just on this journey with you guys. That's all. And I want to know your feedback. Does this make sense? Right? Sometimes you have to be selfish so that way you can become more strong. You can become more dependent, right? You can do what you have to do to make sure that you are protecting your territory. Let me know if that makes sense, okay? Now, let's define your territory. Because like I said, I really want this to hit home with you. I really want this to be one of the things that you listen to and say, you know what? That crazy guy, in his office yelling at the camera, talking about lions, talking about how they just sit around all day, but their main job is just to, protect the territory. I want this to make sense. So let's put it back to you. What is your territory? You know, what are you willing to protect and who are you willing to protect? I'll tell you a little bit about myself. And remember, guys, I'm going to go into those 3 tips on how to become a better man. I will. We're going to get right into that right after this, I promise, okay? So, a little bit about me. Well, obviously, I'm married, okay? I have a beautiful wife, a beautiful son, right? So, protecting my territory is my family first and foremost, okay? And then obviously paying the bills, right? I have coaches, right? So, providing, income for them as well. I have clients that, hey, I can't just have somebody sign up for our coaching program and we're not changing their life. So I got to make sure that they're tailored. So that's my territory, right? And I make sure that each and every day I do what I have to do, right? To make sure that my territory is protected. My family, our household, right? My coaches, my clients, okay? Sure, there's obviously a lot more that goes into it, but let's break it down for the sake of that. Just those 4 categories right there, okay? Now, a little bit about myself, right? I'm full of energy 24/7. But now here's the thing. To get like that, I have to make sure I'm doing my morning routine, which means I have to make sure that I'm waking up, right, at a time where it best serves me, and I have to make sure that I'm focused, I'm fully present, I'm not with my family. I'm not messaging my clients. My phone is off, right? I'm not worrying about, paying the bills. I'm not worrying about, payroll with the coaches. I'm focused on myself, right? That morning routine, I'm focused on myself. And I talk about how easy a morning routine is to simply follow and implement into your own life and how that can change your life, hands down, by just focusing on the things that you're grateful for, by thinking about your goals, by saying positive things like affirmations that we're going to talk all about in tomorrow's episode, which is huge, huge, and visualizing yourself succeeding at reaching your goals. But remember, before I can do all that, I have to be selfish. I have to set boundaries, right? I have to set standards. My clients know when they can reach me, right? My clients know that they need something, emergency, they can reach, the group coaching, right? Where it has all the coaches in there and message them. They can reach the community groups that has hundreds of other guys and dozens of other coaches. They can send a message in there. My clients know this. My wife right now, she's right now occupying my son. So that way, guess what? I'm recording this episode. I'm producing it to Facebook Live right now, to YouTube, to iTunes, to Spotify. My phone is on Do Not Disturb, so I'm not getting ringed up with any notifications. Once again, I'm being selfish, right? Like I had to set the boundaries with Allison and say, hey, this is a priority. This is something I need to do. So, hey, I need you to make sure you occupy Oakley. Make sure, the dog's not barking. Make sure, he's, not screaming or anything like this. I'm setting the boundaries so I can be selfish. Why? Well, at the end of the day, who's in my territory? My family, household needs, clients, coaches. This is all in my territory. I'm being selfish. And at the end of the day, I don't want this to be, there's a big difference between selfish and pride. Big difference. And I think a lot of people think that when you're selfish, you're prideful. And I think it's the furthest from the truth, right? When I'm selfish, right, it means that I'm capturing. It means that I'm holding on to. And at that time, right, I need to focus on what I'm capturing and bringing into to be selfish is my thoughts, my emotions, my life, my time. So that way, guess what? I can recharge my batteries so that way I can give more power out to people, right? And things in my territory. Because at the end of the day, if you're not being selfish, if you're not putting yourself first, like actually being a man, right? Remember, the lion, right? The male lion, his main role is to protect the territory. And he eats first. So you got to understand and put 2 to 2 together that if you want your kids to succeed, if you want your family to succeed, if you want whoever to succeed, you need to be selfish. You need to understand what is in your territory. Take ownership of that, but understand that, hey, you can't always be the guy that's constantly giving off your shirt, right, to your family, to your kids. You're focused on, oh, let's pay the bills first before we, talk about a gym membership. Hey, let's talk about, sending our kid to school before we can talk about, investing into a coaching program to benefit our health. Hey, let's talk about, we need a new car, right? Or we need, random crap around the house. Or, oh no, it's much better for me to focus on, putting money in my 401k, right? And invest into the stock market instead of my health right now. I'll focus on that when, guess what? I'm retired and I have that money. When it's going to be a lot harder, when you're also going to be a lot bigger and your health's going to be a lot worse, and you're also going to have less energy than how you have right now. So do you really want to continue pushing that off to the side? Because at the end of the day, you can, but let's face the facts here. You're not going to be a true man. Men aren't born. Men are built. Men take ownership. Men take action. Plain and simple. Men set boundaries. Men set standards. Men know that, hey, at the end of the day, their main role is to protect the territory. So if you don't care about your health and becoming the best version of yourself mentally and physically, guess what? And it's hard for you right now, and you don't care that it's going to be a lot harder down the road when you eventually want to get started, yeah, you're not a man. Men take action. Men take risk. Because at the end of the day, let's face the facts here, okay? I think everybody is looking for an easy outlet, right? Oh, I want to get in shape like this, so I'll cut out carbs. Oh, I want to get in shape like this, so I'll do intermittent fasting, right? Well, I'm gonna brain like affect you guys right now, right? That's all I gotta say is like get ready to understand this. How easy it works, right? And remember, simple things. Tell you guys about becoming a man, right? The lion protects himself first. Be selfish, right? Easy things, right? Guess what? Another easy golden nugget, right? Pick up what I'm putting down right now. Easy handouts in life, okay? They're also easy losses. Why do you think that guys that win the lottery, they go broke, right? Within 2-3 years, completely broke, lose all their money. Because guess what? They don't have a millionaire mindset. They don't have habits. They don't understand how to make their money work harder for them. They just spend all their money. That's why most people that win the lottery go broke. They don't have the skills, the knowledge, the habits, the routine to help them keep that money and then obviously make more money because of that. Easy earned, easy lost, right? Easy to understand? Well, guess what? What's the opposite of that? Well, hard to earn, hard to lose, hard to lose. Which means that what's typically the hardest thing to learn? It's particularly like not something that's whatever, right? Like super simple, right? But like I'm trying to make it very easy for you guys to understand that when you focus on knowledge and skills, it's always going to be kind of hard. It's always going to be kind of complicated. And remember, I'm preaching this to mainly my clients right now. I want them to hear this, which means that if you guys just got signed up for coaching, you never tracked your macros before, you had no idea about like what's it like to be in part of like amazing community group, you never really worked out before, well, guess what? Like it might be overwhelming at first. But remember, guys, like adapting the knowledge, the skills, it's always going to be hard in the beginning because it's something new. You're stepping outside your comfort zone. Driving a car wasn't easy in the beginning. Brushing your teeth wasn't easy in the beginning. Your parents had to physically brush your own teeth, but now you can do it without nobody reminding you. Once again, like when you adapt the skills, the knowledge, and learn, right, how to do it, it's a lot harder to forget how to do it, you know? Now let's get into 3 tips, okay? 3 tips on how you can become a better man. Take note of this. This is going to all tie into what we're talking about. Number 1, do something uncomfortable each and every day. That's it. What's uncomfortable for you? Is that maybe going for a walk, even though you're tired from, working all day? Is that uncomfortable? Do it. is like that, deciding to drink more water because all you're drinking is pop and alcohol. Well, do it. Do something that's uncomfortable because that's what's going to push you, right? That's what's going to help you become a better man. Number two, right, is be selfish. Be a lion. Be a beast. Be the king of the animal kingdom. You have to prioritize yourself. You have to put yourself first. I talked all about this in one of the podcast episodes entitled Vacuums versus Batteries. Some people are going to suck a lot of energy out of you, plain and simple. And that's why I always say you become like the sum of the 5 people that you hang around with the most. So if you surround yourself with losers, you're going to become a loser. You surround yourself with winners, you're going to become yourself a winner. That's why we make sure, like, the support, the loyalty, the accountability, and most importantly, the community that we have inside of our coaching program, it's changing somebody's identity. You need to focus on putting yourself first. You need to focus on being selfish. And what does that mean for you? That can mean anything. However, it's going to help you become better than who you were yesterday. As long as you can do that each and every day and not give up, you will have success in whichever goal or direction that you're trying to get to in life. Hands down, I promise you that. And lastly, this is where it's going to really get into the nitty gritty and really hit home with some of you guys, is you have to fall in love with the process. Okay? I fail all the time and I love it because I learn from those mistakes. Plain and simple. Michael Jordan failed all the time, right? Missing game-winning shots, right? Like losing games all the time. And guess what? He has a popular quote out there that talks about this is why he's successful. He talks about how he missed all these game-winning shots, how he blew the chances. But at the end of the day, why is he the greatest basketball player of all time? He's the GOAT for a reason. He's willing to take the risk. What are you guys willing to do as men to take the risk? I mean, honestly, be selfish a little bit. What do you truly want in your life? Where are you trying to get to? And then just ask yourself this. Are you doing the right things each and every day? Are you having the habits? Are you having the routine? And then lastly, do you actually have people in your corner so that way when you do fail, and you will, it's the inevitable. Everybody fails. Do you have people in your corner supporting you, helping you, telling you how not to fail again, lifting you right back up? Or are you on this journey of life all by yourself where you have no support, you have no community, and it's just you? At the end of the day, I always say it like this, right? The reason why most guys fail is because they're all on the island all by themselves and they only know what they know, and that's it. And I don't want you to struggle anymore. I don't. So I'm going to give you guys 2 different, options on what you need to do or what you can do, where at least Heartletics can help you out. Okay. The first option, and if you guys are watching this on Facebook, what's up? But the first option is go to Facebook, type in the search bar, right, in the group section, Heartletics. You'll see men 40 plus fat loss coaching by heartletics.com. Join our free private Facebook community group. Me and the other coaches are constantly posting in here, giving you guys the inspiration, the motivation, the tips, the tools, the knowledge, right? To help you guys put yourselves first in learning how to create sustainable habits to help you burn body fat, have more energy, live your best life mentally and physically, become the best version of yourself. So join that, right? Free of charge. Just join, right? You just answer some questions and boom. There's like over 4,000 guys in the group. There's a lot of motivation in there, okay? The second thing is this, is go to Heartletics. Honestly, when you go on there, I don't want you to just go on there to just schedule a free discovery call with me and some of my team, and apply to become a coach, or a coaching client. That's cool, but I don't want you to go to that, Heartletics for that reason. I want you to go and just start skimming through some of the videos. If you go to the testimonial section, right, or even the free coaching section that we have, or even the video section, you're just going to start hearing that there are probably going to be hundreds of guys just like you in these videos saying the same thing. Here's where I was, 25, 30% body fat, didn't know how to eat, didn't know how to work out properly, lacking motivation, low levels of testosterone. So I had, low levels of energy. lacking confidence, lacking the energy, no energy to even play with my kids. I felt like I wasn't being a big part of their life. Hey, I'm over here. I was on blood pressure meds. I was on cholesterol meds. Hey, I was a type 2 diabetic. Guys, no different from you. And look to see, right, in the whatever 1 to 2 3 minute clip, right, when those videos, those success stories, on how their lives were changing, transform. And like, here's the thing, they're all going to tell you the same thing. It's the same thing that we teach you, right, inside of our free fat loss guide at Heartletics, inside of our free coaching video at Heartletics. It's how to create sustainable habits, these 7 essential fat loss habits for longevity and success. It's the same thing. I bet you anything, if you listen to some of these guys' stories, okay, and join maybe the free Facebook group that we have, you can get all the tools, right, free of charge on knowing how to benefit your health, knowing how to get into an alignment with your goals once and for all, knowing how to reach your goals and start doing the right things each and every day to make it easy and effortless for you. That way you don't have to be a slave to having an unhealthy relationship with food and thinking that there's good foods and bad foods out there. No, you don't have to be a slave to that at all. You can learn how to have a healthy relationship with food, learn how to actually enjoy your carbs and eat a lot of them for healthy metabolism reasons, for healthy testosterone reasons. And most importantly, right, you can get the knowledge, get the wisdom, learn about calories, metabolism, macronutrients, like all this stuff. That's just how easy we teach things inside of the Facebook group. And you can get all that free of charge. And that's all I want you guys to do, right? That's the call to action of today, is do something to benefit yourself. Because at the end of the day, that lion, right, the male lion, his main role is to protect the territory. And that means he needs to be selfish. He needs to eat first. The females, they're going out there doing all the hunting, all the killing, right? But guess what? He's eating first. He's putting himself first to do the biggest role, and that's protect the territory. Who is in your territory that you're willing to protect? And then are you willing to take the next steps, which is actually be selfish? And sometimes being selfish could maybe mean just prioritizing your health once and for all and saying enough's enough. But maybe you need some help. You need support. You need community. That's what I'm saying, Listen to these guys' stories. Join the free Facebook group. That way you can be around like-minded individuals that are no different from you, that's on the path to greatness. They're becoming the best version of themselves, and you can also. So guys, with that being said, I really hope that you guys got some value from today's video. If you did, please make sure to share it, or maybe share this podcast episode with a friend or a loved one. Share it on Facebook. That helps out the biggest. My main role, my main job, right, mission in life is to help change 1 million people's lives, okay? And I want to make sure that I'm continuing to come on here, right, providing with you guys information, value, and support on how to just implement easy, helpful tips and tricks to help you become the best version of yourself, not just physically, but most importantly, mentally as well. That way you have more energy. That's why you have more confidence. You like the way that you look, and you have all the skills, the knowledge to do so. And if you're supporting me on this journey, please make sure to either give me a thumbs up or a good rating, or subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. That helps out big time. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys in the next episode, which is going to be all about affirmations. And remember, it might be very hard for somebody to say them at first, but the little twist that I'm going to put on is really going to hit home and really going to help you guys with what you can start doing in your mornings to help you get one step closer to your goals. So do not miss that episode tomorrow. With that being said, this has been Coach Joe with Heartletics.com. Talk to you guys next time. Peace out, Girl Scout.